officials for tonight's game are Kim Blythe.
Hello and welcome to Arena, the South Gym on the campus of East Los Angeles College in Monterey Park, California. Your women's basketball team is back on the floor. East LA College taking on West LA College Cougars. And it's all brought to you by NutriShop of Monterey Park, your sports nutrition, weight loss, and vitamins experts. I'm Dan Gudino alongside Cerwin D. Haynes. Glad you could join us. We're moments away from tip-off. This is a makeup game of the December 27th canceled game. So here we are, and East Los Angeles will win the tip. This is the 19th game of the season for the Lady Huskies, as an instant drive to the cup by Contreras is off the mark. A turnover instantly by East LA to start off this one.
Yeah, I thought Kimball Gray should have probably shot that, because she's actually shooting above 40% from three, so I thought she should have shot that, but poor pass. That's a good block there. It's a nice block by Destiny Hurd.
All out to the Huskies.
And last touch by West LA as well. For West LA, this is their 17th game of the season. They've had 3 postponements thus far, as Delilah Kimball Gray kicks out to Contreras. Contreras to Winston Ellis above the key. Here's Kimball Gray, the star. Over to Destiny Hurd, and just like that, a good dish. The Huskies will open up the scoreboard 2-0.
Yeah, it's a nice drive into the paint, something that Delilah Kimball Gray does really well. Nice little drop-off, short little bounce pass into the paint. Found Hurd, easy bucket there as Huskies force a miss.
West LA tries to respond. That's Miller getting her own rebound. Tries a second attempt, can't get it. Winston Ellis reels it in. Kimball Gray here, back to Winston Ellis for 3. Short on that attempt. Loose ball. So 2 West LA players collide there, so an easy second opportunity. Fresh shot clock at the 8:30 mark.
Yeah, Isabel Rongo, she was in the right place at the right time to get that offensive board.
Clock reads 8:20. Just underway, first period, a makeup game. Contreras to Kimball Gray for 3. Wide open and a friendly roll.
Three-pointer, Delilah Kimball Gray.
She's actually shooting, looks like she's actually shooting almost 47% from downtown. It was actually last game, as you see, Huskies, looks like they bottled up West LA, got a jump ball. Huskies were nursing 5-point lead late in that game with under 2 minutes left, Dan, and Kimball Gray hit a big three-pointer from the wing, and then to go up 8, and then after a defensive stop, she got into the paint, one of her contortionist tricks, driving layup, got to go down, and that was the game. 2 big shots there by one of Coach Turner's leaders.
So it'll be Husky basketball here. Oh no, it'll be West LA now. East LA was thinking that it was their ball, not the case.
This would be a time I could crack a little joke about the fact that we have one of football head coaches guys working the clocks and the possession arrows there, so we have to talk to Bobby about his guys doing a better job.
7:59 to go. West LA will inbound in front of the Husky bench. Here, that's Sterling taking her time with the basketball. Over to Miller. Miller back on top. There's 8 seconds to go. West LA will have to hurry here. A drive to the cup. Simmons goes out of bounds.
So yeah, so that'll be out of bounds, but a good defense there by the Huskies to force that.
So it'll be West LA basketball here. To the corner to Miller. Back outside. That's a 3-pointer. Nope. Well defended. Back the other way. That's Arango with an easy lay-in. So all East LA here. 7-0 to start off this one. This is a makeup game of Late December game that was postponed due to health and safety protocols. Here's Kimbo Gray coming up with the steal. Arango angles towards the cup, kicks out. Contreras left open, short. Arango with the rebound. Second opportunity. East versus West. The battle for supremacy in Los Angeles. Kimbo Gray, baseline, dribble drive, lays it up and fouled. 6:47 remains in this first period.
Foul number 23, Miracle Davidson, first personal foul.
Angel Morris will check in for West LA for the first time, as Miller will step off. Kimbo Gray rims out on the first one at the free throw line this year, shooting 68%. She's second on the team in points per game with 12 buckets per game. Another opportunity for East LA as Kimbo Gray misses both free throws. Here, Kimbo Gray over to the elbow. Arango, nice move, kicks out. 3-second violation there.
I actually thought that was a good kick-out pass out of the paint there by Arango, but she was in the paint just a half a second too long there.
That's what East LA does so well. They use their height with Winston Ellis, Arango, and Hurd. Got an excellent front court. Great height, great size. Here that Simmons attacking, gets ripped by Contreras. Good defense by Contreras to force a travel at the 6:19 mark.
And Dan, you just heard the West LA coach say attacker, but maybe he doesn't realize that Coach Turner prepares his players for such things like that, and he has them well prepared defensively. And nice play by Contreras to stick with her ball handle and force a turnover.
Arango throws it straight out of bounds on the baseline. She tries to find a cutting Winston Ellis. Turnover against East LA. 6:05 in this first period. Unlike men's basketball, 2 halves in men's basketball. In men's basketball, 4 periods. Here we got a whistle on the floor. That's Arango. Arango will step off now.
Sydney Patterson checks into the game.
West LA imbalance.
Here's Simmons for 3. Short. Rebound, right side, a foul. We'll see if East LA, or West LA rather, could finally open up the scoreboard for themselves here at the line. They'll get 2 here.
And that was a good hustle there by West LA to follow up that miss the offensive board and force the issue. So now they're at the line.
West LA's schedule has been no cakewalk this season. They've gone down to at least 6 ranked opponents this year, and so they're struggling at 7-10, but none of those losses came to cakewalks or easy teams at all.
Yeah, and that's what you want in a program. Even if you struggle, one of the things you can hang your hat on is that you're scheduling against tough competition, giving your players opportunity to show what they can do against, better competition, because that'll help come recruiting time, when it's time for these players to try and find their scholarships. They can say that they played against good competition, as their Winston Ellis misses that 3.
Reeled in by Morris and bringing it into the front court is Simmons. Well defended by Contreras as she hands off to Davidson. Davidson launches way off, doesn't even touch the rim. Winston Ellis to a wide open Hurd the other way. Gently taps it off the square, and all East LA thus far, 9-2. 5:05 remains. Here that's Lee driving. Winston Ellis well defending there.
Good
kick out.
There. Wide open 3.
Simmons off the back iron, the smallest player, Contreras into the front court. It's a 3-on-1. Bounce pass to Winston Ellis. Contreras recovers. Last touch by West LA.
That's the situation you probably want to Contreras to take the shot herself there. Usually you do want to find the right angle for a pass on a fast break, 2-on-1, 3-on-1. But the defender had sagged back a bit, was blocking that, actually was blocking that passing angle, so maybe she should be able to shoot that layup herself, maybe take it herself.
Here's Hurd, launches a football pass to Kimball Gray in the back court. Winston Ellis to the corner, Contreras. Down low. Here's Winston Ellis with a wide open lane to the cup.
And that's something that the Huskies had a little bit of trouble with on Friday, hitting open layups. So it's good to see them doing that here. That's going to make life a lot easier for them today, as a steal here by Winston Ellis. She guards the base all the way down. Layup no good. Ball is fumbled around, but recovered by West LA.
That's Gayton who will bring it up. And a timeout is called at the 4:11 mark. Coach Tawan Heron of West LA will try to regroup things and try to get West LA to wake up here. 4:11, East LA 11, West LA 2 here on SportsNetUSA.net. Back inside Arena, women's basketball on SportsNetUSA.net. Brought to you by Rigo's Moving and Storage. It's the 5-star moving service on Yelp. With Rigo's Moving and Service, we got your back as the Huskies hold on to an 11-2 lead. 4:10 remains in this first half. Simmons races into the front court here. She'll stop and kick out to Miller. Low post, that's Lee. Back outside, Miller for three. Hurd of East LA brings it down.
Good on a rebound.
Hurd backing down Simmons, back outside to Kimball Gray. Good ball distribution by East LA as Winston Ellis is way off the mark. A wide open lane here, that's Morris, left side.
And you hear the West LA coach yelling, run, run. He told his players in the timeout that they're fast and they're quick. So I think he's going to try to get them to run on every miss or every turnover here, try to put some pressure on the Huskies defensively.
Here's Patterson. Winston Ellis has to save it to Hurd. Here's Kimball Gray driving, and she's held up on the floor. 3:08 in this first period. 11-4 ball game. East LA in control. This is a makeup game of the postponed ball game on the 27th of December. Health and safety protocols have canceled many games, over 200 plus games.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
In fact, the men weren't able to play at Rio.
That's right.
This past Wednesday, as that baseline shot is no good. Looks like there's going to be Patterson on the foul on the rebound attempt.
If there's one place where West LA is going to struggle here this evening, it's going to be inside that box.
And that's where the Huskies need to be able to use their strength down in the paint. You got Patterson down there. I've seen them post up Arango down there. So the Huskies, you know, one of those games they have a little bit of a size advantage, so they need to use it to try to get open shot attempts closer to the basket.
Here, that's Miller off the mark. Second opportunity for West LA. That's Gayton, who gets ripped by Kimball Gray. She has a player in the front court. That's Hurd. Hurd on a 1-on-4. Tries to spin around, can't get it. Score remains 11-4, 2:35 to go.
That's a clean steal there by Kimball Gray. A good lead pass up court, but probably would have liked to see the Huskies kind of pull that back out. You know, you don't want to see a player necessarily go 1-on-4.
This is Patterson who falls on her bottom. She gets jump ball possession. Arrow in favor of East LA off the Lauren Lee missed three-pointer there. So here West LA will apply a full court press. Kimball Gray able to break it. Hurd into the front court. Arango, the lefty, too strong on that attempt. Oh, and a mishandled basketball will give back possession to East LA. 2:15 to go, first period.
But that was the right idea, you know, beat the press,
Ball out to the
get
Huskies.
the ball up, find an open space, find an open man. The shot just didn't fall that time, but it was a good way to execute this press.
Patterson trying to back down her defender, short on that attempt.
She had the position too. She just needed to get that ball up a little higher up on the box there above the rim.
Here's Gayton spinning her around, runs into the Husky bench, still able to fall away and get the jumper.
And that was a good effort by her because she was initially sealed off, but she was able to still get the basket up as hold on. I thought she got fouled there on that shot
No
attempt.
whistle on Henry's layup attempt. Instead of frustration foul possibly against East LA. 1:47 remains. 11-6 ball game.
To West LA College.
Coach Turner has some funny words for the refs there, as we noted.
As usual.
Yes, as usual. We noted that it looks like they might have missed a foul there on the shot attempt there, and Coach Turner basically let them know he's got a clean block here.
Ronco with the clean block.
Oh.
Too far of a pass for Kimball Gray. Incomplete. 11-6 ball game. East LA still in command. 1:33 to go in this first period.
And this is something that the Huskies do. They fall victim to having minutes and periods of time where they'll go scoreless. Either they'll miss a bunch of shots, or they just can't, get the offensive execution down. So it's important that as they go through these periods, they got a bank shot. The bank is open on that jumper.
Yeah.
The Huskies now lead 11-8. Kimball Gray up the court.
Last touch by West LA. That last jumper from about 17 feet out by Lauren Lee.
Bank is definitely open on that one. So like I'm saying, so the Huskies do tend to go through these cold spells. So it's important for them, as they do tend to hold down their defensive effort, keep the opponents at bay, keep up their defensive principles, their positioning, they're moving their feet and everything like that. And eventually, in a few minutes or so, they'll find the hoop again, as that shot attempt by Wilson Ellis is short.
Quickly into the front court, it's Simmons and West LA. Over to Morris. Morris will have to go back outside. 50 seconds to go. 15 seconds on the ticker. 19-footer by Miller. 1 point lead now for East LA. A little bit of a drought for the Huskies here. Patterson drives, draws contact.
On that last defensive possession, I thought Patterson was out of place, because before that, the shot attempt, she actually gambled on a steal, and that kind of took her out of position. So maybe a little less gambling on the steals, and maybe focus more on staying, in front of your man.
Sidney Patterson at the line.
But here she is at the line for two. First shot is good.
Patterson struggling at the line, so every shot that she gets is a much improved form for her. Those 2 of 2, just shooting under 40% this year, averaging 5 points. Gives East LA a 3-point lead now.
And shooting free throws is a lot about discipline and concentration, and being able to shoot the form the same way each time.
Miller nowhere near the rim that time.
That was a banker. The bank was not open at that time.
East LA will hold on for the final 10 seconds here. Kimball Gray gets a screen, spins, runner, well defended. Last touch by West LA's Miller. So 4.8 to go in this first period.
I thought maybe Kimball Gray might have got hit on the arm, but as you say, Dan, Zebras
always know best.
Yes, they do.
Here's Hurd, looking. She'll rainbow one to Patterson. 2 seconds to go. Straight into the hands of Simmons. Simmons, a half-court shot nowhere near. That brings us to the end of the first period. Huskies 13, West LA 10, a makeup game. That was canceled December 27th here. Fighting for supremacy for LA, West versus East here on SportsNetUSA.net.
out their hours and prices, 323-888-0286.
Always thankful, always grateful you could join us here on SportsNetUSA.net. Dan Gudino alongside Cerwin D, Haynes, and looking at the stats, not much improvement for East LA, just shooting 24% from the floor.
Yes.
West LA ain't doing so well either, just shooting 3%.
No, they're not. Not the team is right now. Looks like West LA brought up Mirakel Davidson off the bench, and she's got 5 points and 7 boards off the bench. So she's actually played a good part, and West LA kind of clawing their way back into it a little bit. Not that they were really ever out of it, but slowly bringing the score within a basket here.
Here's a football pass from Hurd to Kimball Gray. Back to Hurd. 3:05 to go in this first half. Henry back outside. A wide open Hurd. Strong on that attempt. Kimball Gray there to recover. She tries to get it back up. Instead, we'll have to go back outside and avoid the 3-second violation. Here's a skip pass to Patterson. Patterson to Hurd. Hurd angles towards the basket. Too strong. Last touch by... Oh, it looked like it was last touch by West LA. Not the case. West LA basketball. 2:46 to go as Contreras will check back in. That'll be Kadaya Henry who will step off. We nickname her KD.
Yeah, and West Ellis, I mean, you can't really ask for a better shot than a wide open three, especially any of your players, especially one of your guard or wings, a wide open three there, just couldn't hit it.
Here's Lauren Lee. Yeah, gave too much of an elbow or forearm rather. So clock reads 2:34 now. Huskies on top, holding on to a thin 2-point lead.
And obviously defense is not the issue. I mean, you're only talking about giving up only 16 points in over a quarter and a half. So obviously defense is not the issue here for the Huskies. They just have to execute a lot better on offense. They're actually getting open shots in there when they execute and there's an open step back jumper there by Rongo short.
Huskies struggling.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been over 6 minutes now officially that the Huskies have not had a bucket. Here's Simmons for 3, launches a 24-footer and gives the second lead, or actually the first lead of the game.
Yes.
For West LA.
Talking about Steph Curry range on that push three-pointer, but it goes in and West LA has a lead.
Down low. That's Patterson trying to back down her defender. Still can't get a bucket to go here in this one.
I thought maybe if she turned inside, she would have had the angle there, but still, that's what you want. You want to see her use her size advantage down low to get a good shot.
Here's Morris attacking the cup, throws it up. Arango rebound.
See, that's what you don't need.
Yeah, Hurd wasn't looking, partner.
Nope. That's what you don't need. See, ELAC got a good defensive stand there. They got the rebound. Good block there by Arango. They just got to play smart. They got to look when they pass.
Arango falls on her left side, but a blocking foul called against West LA.
Arango was a little wild on that drive, but the West LA player didn't have her feet set, so was able to draw the blocking foul. And looks like Arango's going to the line.
Yeah, foul was called on Miller of West LA. Back into the game is Angel Morris. Miller will sit down. So looks like the Huskies will break the 7-minute drought, possibly at the line now.
Hopefully. But again, it looks like they're trying to get their fast break opportunities off these rebounds, but they're not making that initial pass, that first good initial pass, and that's where they're piling up a lot of these turnovers here. As first shot free throw is good in a tie game. So they just, take their time to look up and pay attention, make that good first pass. Sometimes the outlet pass is not always there. Sometimes you just gotta play station to station as that free throw rolls out, and West LA gets the rebound.
A minute 05.
Oh, good steal, good hands
Yeah,
there.
Patterson, or rather King, able to just poke it out into the hands of Hurd. Wide open lane, straight to the cup. Huskies back in the lead.
That's the type of fast break that the Huskies should look to orchestrate. They can get a hand on the ball, they can knock it away, get a scramble, get a turnover.
Lee to Simmons, back to Lee. Lee fakes once, goes up, ties it up.
And that was kind of a fortunate shot because Lee did not have the size advantage, but she was able to hoist it up and over the Husky defender there.
On the year, Huskies shooting 40%, which ranks them number 17 in the state. Here, shooting poorly, just under 20% now, as the Huskies turn over the basketball with 18.2 seconds to go. Arango will sit down. Winston Ellis inserted back in for offensive purposes for sure. 10 seconds left. Simmons against Contreras, back outside of Lee. Lee dribbles one, sidesteps, launches, short on that attempt. Oh, and gets ripped underneath. Second attempt, good to end the half.
And it counts.
And it does. West LA goes into the locker room with a 23-21 lead. Coach Bruce Turner asking for more time on the clock. We'll see what the officiating crew will call. They converge at half court. Let's see. No, that's half time. So West LA. Oh, it did not count.
So no basket there. Thought maybe the ball might have been released from the player's hand right before the clock had definitely expired before the shot fell through the rim. The question was, did the shot leave the player's hand?
Correct.
And at first the refs did say that the shot counted, but now they're conferred and they're saying no basket. And it looks like we are going into halftime tied.
So tie ball game. Both teams head to the locker room with poor shooting. We'll get stats here shortly. A 21-all game here.
And you know what? If I'm Coach Turner, I might have to let the team have it just a little bit, especially that last possession. They get a good stop there, but they give up the offensive rebound. Again, they get the actually, they didn't give up the offensive rebound. They got the defensive rebound, but instead they fumbled it away. West LA was able to get the ball under their basket. It's kind of a cardinal sin. You never want to commit a turnover on your opponent on your own basket. And actually, ELAC was very fortunate for that shot not to count, as we are greeted by the great John Kovac.
So the Huskies here in this one have turned over the basketball 9 times in this one. They're led by Naomi Winston Ellis is 7 points. Right behind her is Delilah Kimball Gray with 5 points. You also got Destiny Hurd with her 4 points. So a total of actually 11 turnovers for the Huskies here in the first half. Struggling tie ball game. We'll step aside. We'll be back in about 13 minutes here on SportsNetUSA.net. Near side, that's Hurd. 5:05 remains in this third period. There's Patterson attacking the cup. Good, strong drive by Patterson.
Yeah, it's good to see her. Good to see her get a shot to drop here. Hopefully that give her some confidence, because she's one of the Huskies that can do some things down low on offense. So hopefully seeing the ball drop through will help her out.
There's the Husky wall playing well inside, but playing lazily as far as reeling it back in finally. Destiny Hurd. Oh, three-point shot gets whipped in. Winston Ellis now with 10 points in this one.
And that sequence there on the defense and offense, see why Winston Ellis could be a really good two-way player. She's got long arms for her height, as a Huskies force a miss, and it looks like the Huskies secured the rebound and got fouled. Destiny Hurd did on the rebound, so they'll inbound it. But she's got those long arms that can really disrupt a player, especially when she gets challenged down low in the paint. But she's got to use her strength to corral the rebound cleanly. And yeah, she could really be a dynamic two-way player. You know, someone that can defend well and shoot the three, especially the way she's been shooting the three this season.
Here's Kimball Gray to Arango.
Back up, back up. Stay on the ground, stay on the ground.
Patterson
Right.
getting aggressive, tries to get inside the lane, but it's held up by Morris. Morris is charged. 3:46 left in this third period. Dan Gudino alongside Cerwin D. Haynes here on SportsNetUSA.net.
Miracle Davidson returns
And
to the lane.
one thing with the Huskies' aggressiveness in this quarter is that they've already have West LA in the penalty. Oh, they get the free throw there by Patterson, which falls through. You know, sometimes then I'm sure you heard the saying that sometimes certain players just need to see that first shot fall through, especially if they're struggling. And that free throw bounces around, up and around, and drops through. So 2 for 2 from the line. Patterson's come a little live here as the Huskies have taken a lead and gone up 6 now.
Yeah, this is their biggest lead since their 9-point lead in the early minutes of this ball game. Here's Gayton to the corner. Sterling dribbling out of the corner. Gayton able to avoid Winston Ellis. She gets trapped. Loose ball picked up by West LA. 1 second to go. Shot clock violation. No, will not be. Play is allowed as Destiny Hurd on a one-on-one. Hands it off to Winston Ellis. Should have just gone up with it.
Yeah, that's not the type of pass you want to make in that situation.
Deep shot by Simmons. 25 feet out. And a timeout by Coach Heron of West LA. 36-33. Huskies in the lead, 2:56 to go here on SportsNetUSA.net.
After the break here, Coach Turner is heated.
Livid.
Very much heated, and because the Huskies they're not playing smart. They're not making the right pass when they have situations, especially on a fast break, as we just saw that last fast break there, where they got too cute. Instead of taking it hard to the basket with a nice, probably an open layup in the paint, they waited for the trailer, but the spacing wasn't there. Trailer caught the ball but fumbled it, and because the ball was actually passed a little behind her, fumbled the ball, it was a turnover where the Huskies should have had at least an easy shot attempt there on it. Oh boy, that was actually good. Got to give West LA credit there, Dan. That was good pressure.
Well, Kimball Gray, according to her, got hit in her mouth, and so that's why she leaned back and missed the basketball. So turnover against the Huskies here.
Oh, good interception.
Turnover
there.
back. Arango able to come up with it. 2:53 to go. Arango to the cup. Too strong. A whistle is called against Miracle Davidson. That'll put Arango at the line at the 2:49 mark. For East Los Angeles, it's Kimball Gray with 10 points. Winston Ellis also with 10. Off the bench, Sydney Patterson with her 6. Lauren Lee leads the way for West LA with her 10 points. So East Los Angeles looking for victory number 14 on the season.
Number 11, Lauren Lee returning to the Wildcats.
19th game of the season for the Pack here.
And the shooting, first free throw, no good. Rolls out there by Arango. That was a nice, she basically intercepted that inbound pass under their own basket, like a free safety. reaching back with two hands, grabbing a errant pass out of the air, football-wise.
37-33, 2:40 remains. Here's Simmons, will launch a three. Strong on that attempt. Arango able to get it. Goes back to Kimball Gray. Kimball Gray looking for some help. Goes to Patterson. Patterson angles towards the basket. The runner too strong. Loose ball picked up by West LA Sterling.
You know, there's all sorts of type of layup attempts. It looks like she had the little push layup. She kind of pushed it up, where instead of letting the ball extend, as Kimball Gray tripped, ended up giving the ball up, but shot's no good.
Gayton off her miss. And the putback by Morris, so Kimball Gray struggling to get up. Whistle was blown for her to get back. She's tough. She'll walk it off.
Oh yeah, she's tough. She's trying to walk it off right now. Very important. She obviously goes without saying how important Kimball Gray is to this team. One of the few returning sophomores, but also just a do-everything guard.
Here's Winston Ellis launching a three.
She needed that. Huskies needed that.
She leads the charge for the Huskies with 13 points now. Here's Sterling for three. Responds with the three of her own. So West LA within reach. Here's Winston Ellis from 19 feet out. Throws a dud up. Sterling comes up with the rebound. Whistle against East Los Angeles.
Foul number 21, Adriana Solorzano. That's her first.
Solorzano gets charged with a foul there.
Yeah, she kind of didn't really need to do that. Sometimes you got to know when the opponent has the rebound, and I mean, it's one thing to be aggressive, but you have to be smart. Sometimes if the opponent clearly has a rebound, don't use her reaching over the back there.
Here's Simmons to Gayton to the corner to Sterling. Sterling will dribble out of the corner, defended by Arango. Bounce pass into the high post. That's Morris. Morris gets it. And a tie ball game, 40-all. West LA fighting.
See, again, these cross-court passes don't have enough zip on it. They're risky. And
Lauren Lee gives the lead back to East LA. Here's Delilah Kimball Gray trying to take back control. She'll reset the offense with 40 seconds to go. 21 seconds on the shot clock here.
And this is a good showing here by West. They went down 6. Looks like maybe East LA was figuring some things out. Then they hit that three-pointer. And now they're here with the lead. A reverse lip, good by Arango. There you go. That's what the Huskies need to do. They need to be able to make the shots that are in front of them. As simple as that sounds to him. You've got to let in front of you. You got to let in front of you. Just take that shot. Right angle, right arm extension. Just take the shot that's in front of you.
23.9 seconds to go as Contreras will check in for the winded Winston Ellis. You can see Winston Ellis was just huffing and puffing. All that back and forth running after all those turnovers. So
conditioning is very important as that free throw missed.
Contreras able to come up with it. So this will be the final shot of this period, this being the third. 15 seconds to go. We'll see what Coach Turner and the Huskies draw up for this final play. 10 seconds.
Have a guess what it might be.
5 seconds. Back to Kimball Gray. Dribble drive, runner short. That'll bring us to the end of the third period. And once again, squared away, just like they were at the half. 42-all as we enter the fourth period here on SportsNetUSA.net.
p.m. tip-off, and we hope to see
Start of the
everybody
fourth
here.
period here from E-Arena Women's Basketball, brought to you by NutriShop of Monterey Park, your sports nutrition, weight loss, and vitamin experts. So thankful, always so grateful you could join us here on SportsNetUSA.net. Dan Gudino along, Cerwin D. Haynes.
Sponsors at Magic Touch Car Wash.
So I'm looking at the stats here at the end of the third quarter. Both teams are shooting poorly. But in that, I want to note, Dan, that West LA is now taking 8 more shots than ELAC. And whereas at the beginning of the first quarter, the Huskies had a huge rebounding advantage. Now they're only up by 38-37 on the boards. So in a game where you have a war of attrition in terms of teams not shooting well, obviously you want your team to get as many shots at the basket as they can. So you want to watch the rebounds, especially offensive rebounds, and the number of shot attempts that the teams get in this final quarter to see who gets the most opportunities to convert.
On this stat sheet, the number that really bothers me is the amount of turnovers that East LA has had. 14 of them, as Gayton launches a three, too strong on that attempt. 42 all start of the fourth period. Long shot, way off the mark, goes out of bounds. Husky basketball.
And it's important that you did bring up the turnovers, because as we've been saying throughout the game, especially in the third quarter, the turnovers are they're kind of like most of them I feel are unforced errors. It's not because of like significant defensive pressure by West LA. It's more that the Huskies are not shooting the angles. There's a good interception and steal there by Patterson, and she's going to get called for shuffling her feet.
Yeah, lost control there as the West LA defenders were converging on her. She kind of panicked there as we get substitutions coming in. Davidson will sit out and Miller inserted back in.
Yeah, that's one of the disadvantages sometimes, having your big forwards who are not your best ball handlers.
Gayton gets it. 45-42, danger for East LA here. A battle for supremacy in Los Angeles, East versus West. Who will rep LA best here this evening? Arango from the elbow drives in, gently gets one to go. 45-44, trailing by one. Here's Simmons.
Good looking shot there by Arango with the size advantage down low.
Low post to Morris. Morris leaning away, but a putback attempt on the right side by Miller.
There's a poor box out attempt there by Patterson. She needs to use her size to keep the West rebounder away from the ball on that rebound attempt, but did not. Once West LA got the rebound.
There's Patterson, long shot, no good from about 15 feet out.
See, this is what you said, danger zone, Dan, because now West LA has all the confidence that they can have.
Runner good, knocking down Patterson on her bottom as Lauren Lee will limp off the field. That might be a cramp there at the 8:03 mark. West LA calls a 30-second timeout. West LA in the lead, 49-44 over the Huskies here on SportsNetUSA.net.
Timeout.
Glad you could join us. Huskies in danger of taking an L here at home inside E-Arena. Here on the campus of East LA College in Monterey Park, California. Always so thankful, always so grateful you could join us for another installment of women's basketball. 3C2A basketball as Huskies trail by 5. Here's Contreras going underneath the rim, back outside of Arango. The rainbow one to Kimbo Gray. Over to Winston Ellis for three, whipping the net there. Huskies staying alive here.
Good three-pointer attempt. Actually, a decent contest there by West LA. Just Winston Ellis was able to get the shot off.
Huskies trail by what was 2, now 5.
That's about the third open three, I believe, here in this fourth quarter. So Huskies' perimeter defense is faltering.
Here's Orongo attacking the cup. Beeline straight to the cup. Easy layup on the left side. 52-49 ball game. 7:10 to go.
So we identified two problems so far for the Huskies. Identified the fact that the rebounding has kind of gone into West LA's favor. Also the turnovers. But now a third issue is Kimball Gray drives, gets the shot up, and good.
Cuts the deficit to 1, 52-51. Here's Simmons, stopping at the elbow. Launches one, no. Loose ball, Kimball Gray able to last touch it. Goes out of bounds in front of the Cougar bench. 6 minutes, 41 ticks to go.
So, like I said, three problems: turnovers, not rebounding cleanly on the defensive glass, and also giving a little too much daylight here on the perimeter for West LA to take some open threes here as West LA inbounds.
Here's Lauren Lee. They're giving her space here. That's Winston Ellis now approaching Lee. Over to Gayton, wide open. Winston Ellis reels it in, hands it off to Patterson, who gives it off to Kimball Gray. She'll bring it into the front court. Kimball Gray with 12 points here in this one. Patterson left alone on top. They're daring her to shoot. Instead, she'll back down her defender, tries to get it up. Kimball Gray soars in, gets one. Here's Orongo going up short. Grabs her own, can't get it a second time, so 3 opportunities wasted for East LA there. Here's Lee, and a foul by Contreras. It's a hand check in there. 5:53 to go. Would you call this an upset if West LA comes up with it?
I would believe so.
West LA into this one, 7-10.
Yeah, you have a team that's top 10, top 15, and you have a team under 500 that knocks you off. Yeah, that's a legitimate upset.
East LA looking for victory number 14. They stand with a 13-win, 5-loss record. Here's Gayton. Down low to Morris. Morris backing down Hurd. In and out. Orongo comes up with it. She has Contreras in the front court. She'll attack. Lays it up. Lays it in. Huskies back in the lead by 1. 5:30 to go.
And that's part of that attacking style that Coach Turner likes. Even though it was basically a one-on-one, but
Contreras, yeah.
Yes, Contreras, but she was persistent and attacked her opponent, and she was able to get a layup, and it was converted.
A second opportunity, reeled in once again by Orongo. Orongo to Contreras. Contreras, a second. Lay-in on the right side. 3-point lead. 5 minutes to go in this final period of play.
Back-to-back tough layups there by Contreras, giving the Huskies a new breath of life here. They're going to have to grind it out because West LA has, they have the confidence now. So the Huskies going to have to grind it out. They're going to have to play smart up there.
Yeah, Lee walks, shuffling her feet, picked up her dribble.
Especially young players, they got to, when they're doing the crossover, they got to remember not to shuffle their feet in between the bounces. And that's one way how young players will get called for travel in that situation.
Delilah brings it up to Isabel. Here's Easy. Lays it up, lays it in, runner extends it.
And we're just talking about West LA having confidence. How about East LA now? The Huskies now have shooting the ball with some confidence, converting some tough layups there. So
Lee to Morris. Lee able to save it, but Morris ain't able to get it as Winston Ellis comes down and gets fouled on her rebound attempt at the 4. minute 14-second mark. Checking back in for West LA is Lauren Sterling. Out of the game is Miracle Davidson. Also onto the floor for West LA is Miller. Off the court is Angel Morris. On the floor for East LA, Winston Ellis, Kimball Gray, Hurd, Orango, and Contreras. The original starting five there. Kimball Gray giving some direction, needs some help. Swing it left side. Down low, oh no, look, pass! Orango to Winston Ellis.
That was pretty. That exceptional passing there. That's smart too. Just the spacing was there. The cut to the basket was there. That was just great timing there. Offensive execution there by the Huskies.
Well drawn by Turner and East LA. Here's Lee from 18 feet out. Bank still open late in this one.
but you know, don't let that shot get you discouraged if you're the Huskies, because it was actually pretty well contested. It just lucky, kind of a bit of a lucky bank shot, but here you go. The Huskies now able to operate offensively with confidence. They just need to be able to continue to play smart, not turn the ball over here in these next few minutes.
Orango pulls up from the elbow. Gets it.
Better late than never. They're playing smart, executing intelligently on offense. You got Orango would have the height advantage there as the Huskies get a
Orango
block.
with the block.
Yes.
Orango with the 13 points. Winston Ellis. Step back, no. Contreras open for three. Too strong. Orango there. Orango dribbles once, gets rejected, grabs a rope, gets it. Orango in a span of 2 minutes, able to swing it 6 points, and now with 15 points of her own.
And this is the span of play that I was talking about in the first half that I thought the Huskies would play and execute and show sooner, as West LA gets a layup there.
Yeah, Miller able to attack the right side.
But this is the stretch. Now they're in a nice little 3-4 minute stretch where they're executing offensively, good passes, smart play, and they're playing good positional defense. If they hit a shot or two, you know what? As long as you continue to contest, rebound cleanly, this game should go to the Huskies.
Kimball Gray lays it up and draws contact at the 2:03 mark. So, foul is against Simmons. That's her fourth, or excuse me, her third.
Third personal foul. For the Wildcats, Angel
Back
Morris.
onto the court is Morris. Off the court is Lauren Lee for West LA, as Coach Bruce Turner will try to discuss the next few possessions with his Huskies at the 2:03 mark. Husky 63, West LA 56 here on SportsNetUSA.net. You know, partner, I get the sense that West LA just might be battling some fatigue here in the final 2 minutes. They've only used 7 players in comparison to East LA, who's used 9 players. I mean, at what point do they just die out? I mean, you're only using 7 players.
And it's interesting you mentioned that, because as in years and seasons past, it's usually Coach Turner that usually has the short bench. I remember 2 years ago, in the first half of the season, actually first 2/3 of the season, there were many games that Coach Turner only had maybe 6 players. But one thing I know he believes in is conditioning and keeping his players well conditioned. And yeah, obviously if you have 2 extra fresh players to use, you're only going 7 deep. Yeah, your team is going to tend to tire out, but you know, to give the Huskies credit, Coach Turner keeps his ladies well conditioned.
Check out this stat line. Isabel Orango, 17 points, 17 rebounds. How about that for a double-double?
Nice. Using her size, too. She's using her size, to shoot over her defender.
Also with the double-double, Naomi Winston-Ellis, 18 points, 13 boards.
Again, someone with long, as I said before, with long arms who should be able to be corralling these rebounds as the Huskies hit the ground.
There's Arango with her 18th rebound as Coach Turner calls timeout at the right moment. Holding on to possession for his Huskies at the 1:53 mark. Huskies 64, West LA 56. We'll stay on the air and see what happened here.
Eagle. Well, how about Coach Turner with the eagle eye? He saw, like he said, he saw the exact moment where this player had possession of the ball just enough to call the timeout before West LA was able to get their hands on the ball and tie it up.
So East LA with 3 players in double figures. You got Naomi Winston-Ellis, who leads the charge with 18 points. Arango with 17. Delilah Kimball-Gray, always steady, always smooth with 12 points. On the other side, you got Diana Gayton. Oh, no, excuse me, Lauren Lee with 18 points. Gayton with 8. Off the bench, you got Davidson with 8. Morris with 7. So it's been the Lauren Lee show. She is not on the floor right now. At what point does Coach Haran of West LA afford some time for her to rest and get her back in? We'll see.
And Tania Simmons, she's the West LA player who's been shooting those push shot 3-pointers from 25 feet out. So important for the Huskies in this final minute and 45 to make sure that she does not get any open threes.
As Cerwin said, 1:45 to go in this one. Here's Kimball-Gray yo-yoing the ball. She has 5 seconds on the ticker. She'll attack. Down low to Arango, wide open, can't finish. Offhand, but a second opportunity. Winston-Ellis for 3, yes!
And I think that's what you would call a dagger dance. That was a good look inside there by the Huskies. They could not convert as an air ball there, shot by West LA.
Biggest lead for East LA in this ball game, 11-point lead. 67-56. 60 seconds to go now. Here's Hurd from the corner.
Huskies definitely don't need to rush here. They can milk this clock. They got another 14 seconds.
That's Winston-Ellis that goes to Arango. Once again, they're holding the ball to the very end. Here's Kimball-Gray attacking with 4 seconds on the ticker. No, Arango able to get it. She is fouled. So a foul on Arango's rebound. That's the 2 jersey. Sterling, she'll step off the court as Lauren Lee gets a quick rest, resting that ankle or leg injury, lower leg injury that she experienced. At about 2 minutes to go. Here's Hurd looking, finally gets it over to the corner to Arango. 35 seconds to go. That should do it for East LA here.
Yeah, the Huskies had 2 killer offensive rebounds late within the last. There's another one there, another offensive rebound.
Her able to get her own. Her too strong.
And even though that she didn't make the shot there, but that's still time off the clock that West LA, against West LA here as they're trying to drive and find an open 3.
Simmons, too strong. Morris spins around, she's fouled.
You just heard Coach Turner say, don't foul, don't foul. You got only 10 seconds left. No need to stop the clock there. I mean, obviously, even with these free throws, still not enough time for West to come back. They're down 11, but no need to foul in the situation. You're looking at basically 10 seconds left. Not enough time for West to really mount anything. So just playing clean defense. If they miss, if they make it, hey, you inbound the ball with the 10 seconds left. Not enough time for your opposition to do anything. First free throw is good here.
One more shot for Angel Morris.
So East Los Angeles survives here at home. Second free throw, good.
And to give them East LA credit as the time goes, they were able to have that flash.
Yes, Arango and the Huskies will dribble it out. Huskies win it at home, 67-58.
Huskies 67,
Huskies go to 14-5. West LA moves to 7-11. As we wait for Coach Bruce Turner to join us for the post-game interview. Your final thoughts of this one, partner?
Well, I mean, you probably could say that this game might have been a little closer than it should have been. But, you know, even though their opponent was up to the challenge, they were able to rise even up above that, especially in that fourth quarter. They put together a good 4 or 5 minutes of play. As Coach Turner comes over, we'll get a few words with the coach here.
My name is Joel Mailer, bidding you all a very pleasant good evening, everybody.
Coach Turner in his 16th administrative year at East Los Angeles, 15th basketball season, a 67-58 victory for your Huskies. It wasn't pretty in the beginning at all. What was the message in the locker room?
Halftime?
Yeah.
Well, I can't tell you FCC to ban me. But I think they held themselves accountable. A lot of player talk. And we knew we jumped out to a 11-point lead, and then all of a sudden we started doing one-on-one things.
Yeah, a poor shooting performance in the first half. What are some things you guys could do as far as the game goes to kind of